Oh, back up a little.
Tie ball game. 1-1.
We are indeed tied at 1 strike apiece. First one of 3 wins, $20,000. The dramatic inclusion and crowning of the Miller High Life PBA Skills Champion coming up later in our show. Let's go on the road, shall we, on the PBA Tour. 2 Pro-Am sites in a couple of weeks. Taylor Lanes, Taylor, Michigan, March 26th and 27th. Be sure to log on at PBA.com for tickets. And the Dexter Tournament of Champions as well. Pro-Ams at Bradley Bowl and Windsor Locks. That's where Nico Koivu threw his 300 last season. 16th ever in Tour history. Steve Jarrett has one.
The game is tailgating. The cola is Pepsi. It's the cola.
Heading into our history-making event here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Jim Pratt a couple weeks ago in Indianapolis was the only bowler in his or her TV debut to win a first match or win a match when he lost to Nika in the finals. Liz Johnson has won today already. She's in the final. Who will she face? Either Jones or Jarris? They're joined now by Randy.
And Dave, both of these players, Steve and Tommy, have won multiple titles in a season. And Tommy, I'll start with you first. 3 wins this season, a perfect 6-0 on television. What makes you so tough come TV day?
Well, Randy, I think it's just like everything else. You get more comfortable with your surroundings, and I just get used to it. And it doesn't hurt that I have the best balls that you can buy in my hand right now.
Thanks, Tommy. Good luck. See, Jarris, last year, great year, 3 wins, but this year's been quite a struggle. Why?
Well, I think, the beginning of the year with the switch with the oil kind of messed with my break point a little bit. They were just a little bit slicker down lane, and it changed my carry slightly. And we're trained to score out here, so you're always doing little things to manipulate your shot. And after a while, over time, it creeps in and starts breaking you down.
What's been the big difference this week?
This week, after Indianapolis, we had a long break. I was able to go home and get on the videotape every day and cleaned up my release a little bit. I was starting to grab it in different parts of the swing. Feels a lot more looser now, a lot more like it used to.
Great, Steve. Good luck.
Thanks.
Hey, Ryan. Steve Jarris is on the cut line, but he can erase all that with 2 wins today.
And Randy, would it be special with the entire family here, including Steve's mom, Helen, his wife, June, the twins, Evan and Hannah. And then a 4-hour drive from Chicagoland to here in western Michigan. They turned 6 years old, May 25th. Yet Steve says when you ask the twins how old they are, they say 5.5. But not really. You're getting closer to 6. Great to see him in attendance again. A little bit of a high shot. Oh, what a tough break. The 4-10.
First frame, get it over with.
Yeah, he just wants to get it over with. First TV appearance for him in over a year.
And there's that little bit of grab at the bottom of the swing that Steve Jarris was talking about in his interview. See him playing a similar line to that of Wes Malott.
So he'll take his medicine in the open frame, unfortunately for Steve Jarris from Yorkville, Illinois, near Chicago. His last win was his last show, March 7th of 2004, Indianapolis. Got by Michael Haugen and Dave D'Entremont on TV. Hot bowler, to say the least, Tommy Jones. 3 titles this year, a tour best. He's made yet another show this week. A big hook to it from playing way inside.
Remember, we talked about the oil pattern earlier in the show, and you can see that Liz Johnson, Wes Malott, even Steve Jarris playing those strips. Tommy Jones already deep inside. Remember, it was a big move that you had to make this week.
Takes care of his mark. He's tied for second with 4 TV shows, looking for a 4th win. 4 appearances, leading us to the Baby Ruth Real Deal matchup, Randy.
And again, real tight matchup here. Average, equal strike percentage. And if it comes down to spares, advantage Steve Jarris. But remember, Tommy Jones loves match play. Ranked 1st overall on tour.
Perfect path to the pocket. Chris Barnes, Walter A. Williams Jr. have 5 shows each, 4 for Tommy Jones among 4 with 4 shows.
Watch how hard the 6 goes to the wall and just tomahawks the 10 out. That's that high revolution and that axis rotation that gets the ball to turn and go into the pocket at that angle. Not a lot going to stand up in the way of that.
Back to Steve Jarris. Blitzes the rack. All 10 down for the Chicago area native. 12-3. Match play record just rolled by Patrick Allen, player we mentioned with the 4 shows, the 2 wins. Leading candidate in many people's eyes for player of the year. And a really solid appearance by struggling Lonnie Wallachek this week. Steve has averaged 228.17 in his wins. No help on the 10. Boy, he wanted that across the deck.
Well, a pin got in the way of the
That was
messenger.
a lot better shot anyway.
That was a lot better shot. Here comes the messenger, and then something kind of gets in the way, but a much better shot on that lane. 2 different balls, one that's a little more rolly on the right lane and something that's a little bit cleaner, a little bit longer down the lane on the left.
Are you surprised it's taken Steve so long to make a show? Only player on tour to win 3 titles last year and a major candidate for player of the year.
Without question. And I think the other 64 players out here week in and week out are as surprised. You don't win 3 tournaments in 1 year and then forget how to bowl the next year.
45th, as we've illustrated. PBA Tour rankings. So he's on the outside looking in right now. Jones isn't. Nice help. Taps down number 4. 12-7 match play record. Much more difficult road than that of Steve Jarris. Down 0-3 to Rick Steelsmith, and he has done that several times. 4 times this year, down 0-3 and rallied to win.
Yeah, and I think this is why Tommy Jones is coming of age. He's made a telecast on what he called a pattern that he shouldn't bowl well on, but he's figured it out.
In that round of 8 match with Mika, started with a front 4. Mika struggled with an early open, and Tommy took advantage. Later today over on ESPN2, the biggest names in drag racing face off in one of the sport's premier tracks for the Mac Tools Gator Nationals from Gainesville Raceway. John Forrest, defending champion Tony Schumacher, had the list of racers looking to pile up points as the season's championship race heats up. Action starts at 5 Eastern, 2 on the West Coast on ESPN2. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Big deficit thanks to that open. Steve Jarris.
Hello, Chip 4. It's a Chip 4 fest.
Great look, Randy, from our crew at how different these two are approaching the pocket.
Yeah, and, Steve Jarris can hook it. He can get soft and go around it, but he's much more comfortable going straighter. You see where he is in the world point rankings. He needs to take care of business now. Win and don't worry about the points.
He told us, Randy, last night he was planning on just getting ready for the World Championships, where the points are so much higher. Of course, he's not in the top 4 to the Super 16, which is already set now. There's a 10 pin for Steve. He was a little shocked he did this well, based on the way the disappointing season had gone for him. Big point that he made to us last night. Hey, I thought with the new format, the 7-game blocks in the round of 64, that would really be tailor-made to his game, but it hasn't worked out that way.
Yeah, it really has. And again, the only reason why Steve has struggled this year is he's had a bad ball reaction and hasn't been able to figure out how to get a good one.
But as you mentioned in the interview, his family watches closely. They were regulars on our TV shows last year. 3 times hoisted the winner's trophy. Steve spent a lot of time that off week with friends who hadn't seen him bowl in a while. Watched him on video.
You see how Tommy Jones puts his thumb in first. He kind of corkscrews it into the thumb hole, puts his fingers in last. Not a whole lot of pressure on those fingers at release.
Who avoids a very difficult split. Mike and Sue Eaton, special thanks to them, co-proprietors here at Spectrum Lanes in Western Michigan. Once again, great to see those folks. Perfect host for us.
What a phenomenal job the Eatons do here year in and year out, and the way they take care of the players is phenomenal. And thank you very much to the Eatons for their hospitality this week.
Tommy Jones comes to us from near Greenville, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Malden is his official hometown. He and his wife Kristen did some house shopping in the off week. They're down.